Hello guys, and welcome back to another tutorial. So in today's video we're going to learn how to make this backless top. If that sounds like something you're interested in learning, keep on watching and let us get straight into it. So on the pattern paper we're going to start off by marking our shoulder to bust point line. We're also going to mark our shoulder to under bust line. So here 11 inches is the shoulder to bust point and 14 inches is the shoulder to under bust. I'm also marking my shoulder to waist and then the full length of this top, which is 26 inches. Next we're going to go ahead to rule these lines out. Now because we're going to have buttons at the front, we want to go ahead to mark 2 inches from the top of the pattern all the way to the bottom part, and then we're going to rule a straight line that is going to serve as our button line. Now we're going to mark our shoulder measurement starting from this new line we've made. I'm marking my shoulder measurement divided by 2, and then from there I'm going to come down by 1 inch, after which we're going to mark our armhole depth and then rule this out. Now for the neckline, I'm going to start off with the basic neckline. So I'm going to mark 3 inches by 3 inches. So the width is going to be 3 inches and the depth is going to be 3 inches. This is going to be for now. I'm going to modify this to suit the neckline we want for this particular top. Next, I'm going to mark my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. For me, that is 4 inches. So from this line here, I'm marking 4 inches all the way down, and then we're going to rule a straight line. That's going to be our dart line. After ruling out the lines, we're going to take out our darts. So I'm going to take out ½ inch on both sides for the dart, and then from that point we're going to connect it all the way to our bust point line, but we are not going to be connecting this all the way down because we're going to slash it from this dart line we have, so there's no need to take the dart all the way down. Now we're going to start marking our body measurement divided by 4. I'm starting with the bust. I'm going to mark the bust measurement divided by 4 here, and then we're going to move on to the waist and mark the waist measurement divided by 4 here. We're also going to mark our hip measurement divided by 4 at the bottom part of this, which is the full length of the top here. Now we want to go ahead to connect the lines to meet each other. But also remember to add back the 1 inch dart at the waistline area that we took out and then connect this. Now moving on, we want to go ahead to create our armhole curve. So at this point here, I'm just going to use my curved ruler and curve it out. If you're not having a curved ruler as usual, you can just come out by 1 inch and use that as a guide to curve this out. Now I'm going to mark my side dart, which is 1.5 inches. This is the difference between your shoulder to waist for the front and the shoulder to waist for the back, and then you subtract it. So for me that is 1.5 inches, and I'm going to connect this to my bust point here, after which I'm going to cancel out the bust dart because we're no longer working with this part. We're going to close it up. So after marking out the bust dart, we want to move on to create our neckline. So from this point here, I'm going to decide how deep I want mine to be, and then I'm going to mark 8 inches. So from that 8 inches point, I'm going to retrace this back. So this is going to be a deep V. So I'm just connecting this to the 8 inches mark we made, and then we're going to straighten this point out. So that is where our buttons are going to start from. Now the shoulder area, for the width of our shoulder, I'm going to mark 1 inch at that point. So from this 1 inch point, we're going to curve this all the way to our armhole area. Next, I'm going to go ahead to cut this from my pattern paper so I can comfortably fold in my darts. Now I want to go ahead to close up this dart here, but before we do that, I'm going to come up at the side of the top. We're going to come up from this point here by 1 inch, and then we're going to curve this back into our pattern. After which I'm going to trim that part out, and then we're going to go ahead to close up the dart. So to close up the dart, I'm going to slit this dart line open, and we're going to stop at the bust point line here. So after opening that part out, we're going to go ahead now to close up the side dart here, so that we can distribute this that we've closed up, so it comes out at this dart line here. So you can see how open that is. We're going to go ahead now to tape this down in place. So we've successfully transferred our dart. Now I'm going to straighten out this part just so everything is aligned properly before we finish this up. Now I'm placing my tape along this part here. I just want to get the midpoint, and then after placing my tape here, we're going to divide this into two to get our midpoint. When you divide this into two and get your midpoint, you want to go ahead to create a mark at that point. So now at that midpoint area, we're going to go ahead to connect this into our bust line here, and then I'm going to mark half an inch downwards. So this half inch is to make sure we do not have any bulge at that area, so to eliminate any gaping we might have. So I'm going to connect this back, and then we're going to close up that part. After closing up the part, we're also going to trace it out the way we did for the side dart to make sure everything is aligned properly. So I'm going to close this and tape it down. Now we're done with the front pattern. What we want to do next is we just want to cut out the remaining part of the pattern that needs trimming out. So this is the front piece we're working with. We're going to use this to cut out the back piece. You can go ahead to place a piece of pattern paper here to just cover this up if you're going to reuse it, or if you want to store it for reuse. But I'm not going to reuse this, so I'm just going to skip that step and use this as it is. So now we're going to use this pattern to draft the back piece. First of all, what we want to do is we want to fold it down like this. So I'm going to fold this all the way down, and then we're going to use this to place on a fresh piece of pattern paper and trace this out the way we have it here. So we're placing this down like this, and we're going to go ahead to trace this out. We're also going to transfer our waistline measurement. So I'm going to mark where my waistline stops here, and then we're going to continue tracing this out. Now at the bottom part, we have like a high-low effect, so we want the back to be longer than the front. So from this point here, I'm going to come down by 4.5 inches, and then I'm going to connect this from the sides all the way down. So you can either just curve this as it is, or you can start with broken lines and just curve this with your broken lines, and then come back again to trace it out very clearly. Now after tracing this out, we want to go ahead to take out our front piece. Now the waistline that we traced out from this point here, which is this mark we made, we're going to rule a line at that point. Next, at the bottom part here, we're going to create an opening. I'm marking 4 inches here, and then from this 4 inches point we're going to connect this from that point all the way to the waistline area. That waistline we have at the top, we're going to connect it to meet that line. So what I did before tracing that all the way up is I went up by 1 inch from the waistline. So we're going to connect this to that 1 inch mark we came up by. Now when we're done with that, we also want to do the same thing for the top part here. So from this point here, we're going to trace the line all the way to that 1 inch mark we made. So we want to go ahead to connect the lines like this. So that is it for the back piece. I'm just going to label this. This is the back piece. We're going to go ahead now to cut this out and move on to start cutting this on our fabric. So now these are all the pattern pieces we're going to work with. We have the front and we have the back. We want to move on now to start cutting on our fabric. So this is the fabric we're working with for this tutorial. This is a light crepe and I'm working with 2 yards. You can work with 2.5 yards. I had 2 yards, so that is what I had to work with. So now I place this on fold and we're cutting 2 pieces for the front and then 2 pieces for the back. So I'm cutting this, leaving ½ inch seam allowance at the bottom part, and then I'm leaving 1 inch seam allowance at the sides. Now I'm doing the same thing for the back piece. I'm just placing weight on this so it doesn't move while we cut this. We're going to leave ½ inch seam allowance at the bottom, at the top, and then 1 inch at the sides. Now we want to start sewing. I went ahead to cut out this lining piece for it. So this is going to be at this top part here. So we want to start off with the back. I'm going to take out one piece and then we're going to work on this part first. So whatever we're doing for this side, we're doing for the opposite side as well. So I'm going to bring out the strap of fabric I went ahead to stitch down. These are the ropes for the back. So you can do this as long as you'd like for the back. And I'm just going to take one of them and place them at this point here and then place the lining on top, after which we're going to sew. So this is how we're going to sew this. I'm first of all going to pin this down so that the rope isn't moving while we sew, and we're just going to sew it all at once. So I didn't have enough fabric, so this is what it's basically looking like. If you have enough fabric, you can cover up this part as well and then lining everything together. So I hope you understand, but I didn't have enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch the part where we have the lining all the way from this part all the way down, and then this bottom part here, we're going to hold it like this and then stitch it down. Like I said, you do not have to do this step. If you have enough fabric, you can just cut it like an L shape and then just lining them together. So we're going to sew this now. When we're done sewing both sides, we're going to set it aside and work on the front piece. So this is the front piece and the lining pieces for the front piece. I'm placing the lining piece on top like this, and then we're going to stitch it down. But I'm going to take out one piece first. So we're going to sew one and then repeat the same process for the second one. Now this is the lining piece. What we want to do is to sew around the armhole area and then this part here. So we also have ropes for the front as well. We're going to introduce those ropes before we go ahead to even start closing up this, before we start sewing, because we're going to attach it the way we did for the back piece. So this part here, this part I'm folding, is our bottom plaque, so you want to take note of that as well. Now to sew this, we're going to start at the armhole area and stitch it down and then take this all the way like this. So we're going to take this part straight up because that part is going to be the bottom part, and since there's no collar or anything, we need it to be covered. Now I'm bringing in the rope for the front piece. We're going to have two ropes, a shorter one for this part here. You want to come up by 2 inch and mark it out, and then the longer one for the shoulder area. So I'm going to place this at that point where I just marked out. I came up from that curve by 2 inches, and then we're going to stitch it down. But you also want to pin this in place so it doesn't move, the same way we did for the back when you're sewing this. And then now we're going to go ahead to stitch it down. After sewing, this is what it looks like. I've gone ahead to trim out the excesses. Now we're going to bring in the second rope for the shoulder area, and then we want to go ahead to insert the rope inside of this and then stitch it down. So I'm going to show you how to do this. This is the rope we're going to use. I'm going to put it inside up to that shoulder area there, and then once I get to that inner part, I'm going to hold all the fabrics together, the main fabric piece, the rope, and the lining piece together, and then we're just going to stitch it down by ½ inch. So I've gotten to the top part here, and then we're just going to stitch it down like this, and then flip it over to the right side. So after sewing both parts of the front piece, this is what we have. You can see that I've gone ahead to iron this out, and then I also went ahead to fold in our bottom plaques and then give it a good press. You can see the iron lines there. Now I'm going to open this up to show you how I was able to iron this. I ironed in a 1/4 inch, and then I ironed this bigger part to cover it up like this. Now we can either top stitch on it, or we can use our hemming gum to secure this in place. I prefer to use the hemming gum so there's no stitch line at that point, but I ran out of hemming gum, so we're just going to continue sewing this, and then we're going to add the hemming gum later on. So now I'm going to place the two front pieces together. You can see that the buttons are overlapping each other. So because I do not have my hemming gum, I'm going to use my pins to just secure them in place so we can continue sewing. Now at the top part and at the bottom part, I'm going to use the pins to hold both pieces together. So you can see that I overlapped them, and then I'm holding them together at the top as well as at the bottom. So we have our two front pieces together. Now after pinning this in place, we're going to go ahead to bring in the back pieces so we can join them with the front piece. So I'm going to take out one of the back piece, and we're going to start off with this one. I'm placing it right sides facing each other with the front piece, and then we're just going to stitch this together by the sides. So to do that, I'm going to hold them together, and then I'm going to use the lining piece for the back to overlap the front piece the way you see me doing right here. So we're going to overlap it and then take it to this point like this, so that the back piece is sandwiching the front piece, and then we're going to stitch it down. So this is it. We're going to hold them together again like this, right sides facing each other, and then the lining piece of the back is going to overlap the front piece, taking it to the front like this, and then holding everything together, making sure everything is aligned properly, and then we're just going to start stitching this. We're going to do this for this piece, and then we're going to repeat the same process for the other side. After joining the sides, we want to go ahead to flip this over like this, and then this is what we have. We're going to iron this out and then do the same thing for the opposite side. I'm also going to fold the bottom part of the top and then add my buttonholes and the buttons. So this is what the top is looking like. I've gone ahead to iron the hemming gum at this point here, and I added 3 buttons. As you can see, I created buttonholes and then I added the buttons. I also went ahead to fold the bottom part of the top all the way around, and I ironed it down neatly. So now I'm going to go ahead now to show you guys the final results. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. This is the final result. If you found this video helpful in any way, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed already, and if you enjoy watching videos like this, you're also going to love watching this one up here on the screen, so you can go check that out after watching this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.